My shop vac hose keeps catching on my workbench and it's really getting on my nerves. So today I'm going to solve that problem. My name's Adam and welcome to my YouTube channel. Ever been in the middle of a really long cut and your saw suddenly stops moving? Or maybe you've had that moment when you're cleaning up your workshop and your shop vac hose seems to be magnetically attracted to every single edge on your workbench. Well, I have, and I've had enough. So today I'm making a really simple upgrade to this shop vac hose that should transform the way it works throughout the workshop. Best part, it's really cheap, it's quick, you don't need any special tools to do it. Let's get into it. So for this project you're going to need a few things. Firstly, your annoying corrugated shop vac hose with its snaggy grooves. Secondly, some braided PET expandable sleeving. This is the stuff the IT guys use to kind of tidy up their cables and whatnot. About £15 on Amazon for 25 feet of this stuff. This is 1.5 inch diameter sleeving because I've got a 32mm shop vac hose, so it should fit over nicely. You need a sharp knife to cut the sleeving with, and if you want to be fancy, some heat shrink wrap to go over the ends of the braiding to make it all nice and tidy. If you don't want to be fancy, you can probably just use insulation tape or even cable ties if you wanted to. And if you are going with the heat shrink, you'll need a heat gun, but I don't have one of those, so I have stolen my wife's hairdryer, which should do the trick too. First things first, you want to measure out your hose to determine how much mesh sleeve you'll need. I found the easiest way to do this was to lay the hose flat, clamp one end of the sleeve to it, then roll the whole lot out. You want to leave at least a foot of extra length here because when you stretch the mesh over the hose, it will contract in length quite a bit. So give yourself plenty of spare mesh to play with. It doesn't cut that easily, this stuff. I also tried scissors, by the way, but they weren't very good, so I'd stick with a sharp knife if I were you. The ends will fray when you cut them, so to prevent the whole thing unravelling, I burnt the ends with a lighter to try and seal them up a bit. Not sure if this is useful or not, but time will tell. Next up, you need to get the mesh onto the hose by sliding it over one end and then working it down the length. Takes a bit of fiddling this, and let's be honest, looks a bit weird. I'm reminded of sausage making when looking at this footage. Not sure why, as I've never made sausages before. Anyway, once you have fully covered your hose, it's time to secure the ends of the mesh. Honestly, don't bother with the heat shrink. It was a right faff getting this on, and insulation tape would have been easier and looked just as tidy, I reckon. I'd gone to the effort of stealing my wife's hairdryer for this, so I stayed committed to the heat wrap and persevered. Apologies for the blurry footage, by the way. My Osmo Pocket 3 decided my shirt was more interesting than the main content of this video. Okay, so there we have it. One sexy looking smooth braided hose. A bit more fiddly than I thought it was, especially getting that heat shrink over the ends. So we better see if this actually works, haven't we, or whether I've just wasted an hour of my life. Oh yeah, that is smooth. So that worked pretty well. I am overjoyed with that smooth gliding action. It's these little quality of life improvements in your shed that make working in a small space that much more enjoyable. So looking forward to no more snags, no more catching, and a smoother dust extraction experience, I guess. So this project cost me, what, £25 all in, and for something that's going to make my life so much happier working in this place, I think that's a good investment. But I don't know, what do you think? Is this a good little mod for your shop vac hose, or should I just have forked out for the Festal braided one? Likewise, if you've got any other shop vac mods, or you made something similar and did it better than I did, please share it in the comments so that everyone can learn from that. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.